you stab yourself on the ceiling. If you're 1 centimetre too far left, you don't make it and you stab yourself. If you're 1 centimetre too far to the right, you overshoot it and stab yourself on the next set. And it's like,
Have you got to the bits where you have to, what's it? You do when you hit down and hit an enemy, it bounces you up.
yes.
And it's the way you basically do double jumps, and then you'll get challenges later where you have to like time the enemy's feet in the right places to bounce off them. And
Yep, already had that. Yep, it's fun times. Yeah, fun times. The map is just so frustrating. It doesn't update till you get to
you have to sit down and write the.
It's such. I am really pleased.
That's actually a really nice system. I quite like that actually for the map thing. But,
I am really pleased I got the game. Like, I've recommended it to like 3-4 people that have come in and asked me when I've been streaming it. I would recommend it to anyone. It is a really fun game, but it's frustrating, and it's frustrating. But when you get that kill, when you kill that boss, it doesn't feel like a normal game. When you kill a boss, it's like, next. It's like, I killed that boss. It's like
Dark Souls when you do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I like about it.
That's the thing. It's like solo Dark, because you never really did.
No, I never did any of them solo, did I? I always had you.
So,
that's why I struggled with the Surge, because the Surge would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the Surge 2 is apparently meant to have co-op, i.e. like Dark Souls.
Oh really?
Yeah, I will happily play that, because I can have it with you.
I'll look into that. And
that's what I'm saying. I can have it with you.
They've learned from Surge 1, because the Surge 1 was a bit janky. From what I remember.
But even if it's janky, I've got you.
But
that's the thing I struggle with, even on like Adventure Time or Dragon Quest, is I would have you. Like Divinity, I could play Divinity, I'd struggle, but I would have you to tell me to do this or to not do that, or I don't have you when I do Hollow Knight. It's just figure it out, and it's just. But apparently, it's really relaxing to watch. Like, I've watched, like, Shred watches it quite often, and he really enjoys me when I stream it, because he says it's one of the most chilled out games he's seen. And I'm like, dude, it's one of the most stressful games I've played. And he's like, watch it.
Yeah, it's a real nice. Like, the aesthetic and everything is real pretty, and everything is really cool.
It's amazing that it's
like
all hand drawn. All hand drawn by a tiny little studio. And, as well as the amount of stuff you get in it. You get 4 DLCs and everything, and the game's like 12 quid. Not even on sale. It's like, that game has so many hours in it, and it's just one of them. It's definitely a slow burner. It's definitely a game that I'm glad I got it digitally, because I can't get. I mean, I can get rid of it, but I can't. And it's just I don't know. It draws me back, whereas Moonlighter and all my other indie games just got too frustrating. But then Dragon Quest.
A lot of the other ones you got were like endless sort of games, though, weren't they?
Yeah, all of them.
Whereas I couldn't remember if Moonlighter was, but it's procedurally,
Moonlighter
it was random dungeons in it, so effectively you can play it infinitely. And those games tend to be a bit more like that. You have to do stuff the right way and get it and work it, and you sort of have to die a lot to get to learn the strats and everything.
That's the thing, is that's what I'm saying. It's some of them are just amazing though, but like Dragon Quest is just in awe when I play that game. I love everything about it. It's so fun and so addictive, and even just fighting the same platypus duck thing a dozen times, it's like, but the only thing is I can't find a weapon that I want. I don't like sword and shields. I've never been a fan of sword and shields. I know some of the moves later on are amazing with sword and shield though, and that's all I ever see anyone use. Whenever you see anyone stream it, is the dude uses sword and shield, and it's just I don't understand why. Like, why is it that he's using the sword and shield when there's other weapons? I mean, why would they bother programming a dozen other skills, moves, and everything if ultimately you're to use said move?
It's just a standard JRPG type thing, isn't it? So it could just be that it's not balanced well, and the greatsword is a bit worse. It's just not as good.
Well, a greatsword is
if it's a JRPG,
massively stronger.
Yeah, but that's not all that.
But you are massively weaker. You lose a lot of defense. Like I looked at it the other day, and the defense between
if your defense is halved and your damage is 10% more, then you know you're not really getting any benefit, are you? But the fact is, it's a JRPG, so you can just grind out a few extra levels and be fine.
Well, the max level on that's 99.
Well, yeah, if you're hitting 99, then it's not going to matter. If you're hitting 99, you'll probably have maxed out all the sword and shield skills and all the great skills.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know how much I'm gonna do on that.
I mean, most JRPG things like go up to 99.
I mean,
level 40 or 50.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Ni no Kuni. You know, I don't know how much. Yeah. How high I wanted to go. I mean, Ni no Kuni was more just the bit at the end. You know, how you had to grind to fight that bloody last boss bit. That was just irritating, because it was just like, you know, the rest of the game you didn't really have to grind, and then all of a sudden you just had to grind for that one bit, and it was just...
But that's kind of what JRPGs tend to have. They have something at the end that is you know, if you're done with the game, here's a something stupidly much higher level so that you've got something else to do.
Yeah.
It is always an optional thing at the end, like, there's always stuff like, I mean, like Final Fantasy 7, back in what was that, 1997, had 2 stupid bosses that you basically had to be level 99 for, and you could complete the game if you were good at level 30. If you rushed it properly.
Big heart. Buy one of them, buy an apple, one of them.
I remember it's like
muffin.
25 million health or something, the ultimate boss has. And like the last boss of the game has like 1. And does much less damage.
But... Level 3. But it's like even basic stuff I struggle with. Like even on adventure trying to decide, like, do you attack, and on Dragon Quest, like, do you attack the higher level or the lower level? Because that's the thing, is like, I know Dragon Quest is just a standard RPG, it's just it has turn-based combat, the same as what Adventure Time does, but I've never, other than Pokemon, I've never done that. And literally all I ever did on Pokemon was just, Pokemon's like, Pokemon is a turn-based, it is RPG, it is turn-based.
Standard JRPG.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know, it's just, compared to Dragon Quest, Pokemon has, Pokemon's a lot more simplistic. I mean, there's so many things on Dragon Quest you have to, work out, to do this, to make sure you have to heal, whereas you didn't really need to heal on Pokemon, because, you could use your potions, but... Yeah, I don't know, it just feels weird.
And if you got paralyzed or whatever, you had to use your paralyzed heroes.
I just kind of put up with it myself, but, yeah, it's just trying to get used to, because I'm used to like games like Skyrim and that, where you directly can affect, like now, like this pixie fairy keeps attacking Marceline. If this was say Skyrim, it wouldn't be a problem, because I would be blocking and not taking any damage, but I can't block and take no damage. It's random who he hits, and I don't know, it's kind of like, I like it and also don't like that. I like the fact that it's random, because it makes the game more enjoyable, but I don't like it because it's frustrating, because you never know if your character's going to get a twat. Gonna get whacked on by like 4 attacks in a row, and you're just like... But yeah, the Mutant Year Zero was literally like 80% was going to buy that. The only reason I didn't is because I've got like 2 turn-based games, and I kind of don't really want 3, because if I've now just started enjoying turn-based combat, I don't really want to suddenly now get a load of them and be like, too many.
Mm.
Alright. Are you dead now anyway?
I'd say the one thing I don't like about this game is the way it like grades you on your missions and stuff.
Oh, what, Red Dead?
Yeah. I don't really know why it does it. Yeah, every time you do a mission, it gives you like a gold, silver, or bronze medal for it, sort of thing.
I don't remember that.
I don't know if it actually does anything. But like, if you press, it says like press whatever to like look at the things of the mission. It tells you what you have to do to get the bronze, silver, and gold. It's always like complete your next time, get so many headshots, do something without whatever happening. You know, complete the mission without using a healing potion or whatever. But it's just like, it's just a bit annoying. Like it kind of just, it's just kind of a weird way to think about the game because it's such a like in-depth, you know, you're constantly trying to work out how to do stuff and, you know, trying to sort of roleplay almost. It's properly it's just, you know, it's that sort of game where you kind of do things because that's how it would happen in a game. Like you don't just speed run everything because, you know, it's a slow game. But and then it's kind of like, oh, well, you only got bronze because you didn't speed run it. It's like, yeah, but that makes no sense. Like, no, what I did was I'm a fucking, you know, outlaw, so I spent the time to search the bodies and get money and, you know, not get shot instead of just constantly trying them out, and it just seems a bit weird to always do. You know,
no, it didn't do well at the old Game Awards. Everyone's fucking pissed with that. Everyone's all like throwing their toys out the pram over that. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's fixed. So, yeah. I know God of War did amazingly well. Like, beyond amazingly well. Won so many awards. I wasn't that bothered by that game. Yeah. It was like everyone just like, oh my God, you know, God of War was amazing. It's like, eh, it was alright. Yeah. I mean, it had the dude out of Stargate in it. That was kind of cool. Yeah.
Which dude out of Stargate was in it?
Tilk. He was the main guy. Oh shit, that's a lot.
Oh, what, he plays the
Kratos.
Kratos. Right.
Yeah, when they did that. Oh wow, that's a lot of enemies. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, they're grouped. Okay, level 4, level 5, level 4. So we'll attack the level 5. Night Sword has a chance to put them asleep. Or Ice Sword, Frosty Cut. Okay, they're weak to ice. Ow, leave Marcelina alone, you bastards. Right, so if I do items, heal. Up, no. Apple.
Yummy.
And then do Razor Claws on. I want to kill the level 5 first. Because that seems to be most sense. There's 2 level 4s and level 5. I kind of learnt you kind of always want to kill the higher level one first. Because they're the one that do the most damage.
Do, but you want to kill also, if one is significantly weaker than the other, you kill that one first. Because if you kill, it's one less person attacking you every turn.
Yeah, it's true.
If you can take someone out, just fight quickly. Obviously, they've got similar sort of health, and you go for one doing more damage.
The character is flumped. They cannot use defensive actions, and they will receive more damage from attacks. Okay.
Sweet.
There we go.
We totally rocked that fight.
Unlocked a whole load of new skills.
Princess, are you okay? Why are these pirates holding you prisoner?
I'd be fine, Finn. But you got to get me out of here.
Aw, man, PB's talking like a pirate, too.
Sorry, Princess. There's no way I can hack through this cage without attracting attention.
There's got to be a key somewhere in the pirate compound. Just find it and unlock the door.
We'll see what we can do, but that might not be any better. There are a lot of pirates around here. There might be too many for us to fight.
Yeah, we're not exactly what you'd call stealthy.
Yeah, if only there was somebody here that could turn invisible or something. Oh yeah. Hang in there, Bonnabelle. We'll go look for the key.
You'll need to sneak up there, Marcy.
Right, let's have a look. Apple. There you go, everyone's fully healed. Alright, let's see. Alright, so Finn's level 5, level 4, Marcine's level 4. There we go. Special. Should upgraded that. I didn't need. Well, did need to, but skills. Four. You get so much money on this game. You end up like had so much money. I was just sort of sitting there, just like did it before. I had like about 12 grand, and I was like, damn, I had so much money. And now I was like, what do you even need the money for? And it's like, oh shit, I need to upgrade my character. No wonder why I'm getting my arse handed to me. It's like my characters are like fighting level 4s and I'm level 2. I was like, ah, crap. It's like, suddenly just upgrade them all. But yeah, probably not going to get Resident Evil when that comes out.
Alright.
Probably not anyway. I don't know. Just sort of, the more I think of it, the more I'm just like, I'm not really a massive Resident Evil fan anyway. And it's... So it's sort of like, I don't know. That and there's other games in January I like. But I know Nightstorm saying he's worried about what's it called? Anthem, because he reckons that it's gonna have issues. But I don't know what issues he wouldn't say. Standard.
But all these stinkweed pods are making this place unbearable. Since you're here, would you mind getting rid of them?
Stinkweed pods. Where is it? Yeah, still trying to get the thing. Still trying to get that affiliate. Slightly closer, but slightly not. Alright. Change to... You doing one? Change to Jake.
These smell like stink. Make sure you get them all.
Right, so there's a whole bunch more of these. 6. It's got a side quest to destroy these stinkweed plants. There's like loads of them, but I need my boat. You start on your boat. It's so cool how it starts. So it starts off like you're sitting outside chilling with Jake, and then it's like BMO says like don't stay up too late, and you go okay BMO, and then you wake up and it's like everywhere's all flooded, and then you're like oh no we need a boat, and then Jake's like what about that boat? And then Finn's like, that's convenient. And there's just a boat. Yeah, you just like, you wake up and there's just a boat next to you called Jeff. Because the boat's called Jeff. It doesn't talk, because, yeah, that'd be stupid. And so I'm just like driving around on Jeff, the boat. And every now and then Finn and Jake just sing random sea shanties. But it's like
Jeff
proper...
the boat?
Yeah.
Why is he not called Boaty McBoatface?
Because it's adventure time. Yeah, and it's like so Finn and Jake are on the boat, and then like Jake starts singing like, "Yeah, oh we're a pirate on a boat," and it's fun. Is it like if you like Adventure Time? Obviously this is like awesome because it's super fan thing, but otherwise it's like it'd be bad. It's a bad game.
I see we finally get Fortuna on Monday or Tuesday, is it? I don't know which one it is.
Ah, do you?
10th. On the 10th.
Not even that bothered.
I went in for the gift of the Lotus things today.
Alright.
The first one was an Oracle reactor. It was just like on Mercury, you know, the usual level 3 to 7 survival, just a joke.
Alright.
Then I went into one. Yeah, then I went to one.
I hate, they're always tedious.
It was the next one was Intersection on Jupiter. So you're thinking, what level 20, maybe 30 enemies?
No, they always do a weird
60
one, don't they?
to 70.
Yeah, they keep doing stuff like that for the Gift of the Lotus. Then it's like, oh yeah, it's actually level 60, and also there's no shields, and also like this boss spawns randomly every 5 waves. Like, what the fuck?
It was hilarious because no one was prepared for it. I had to do it like I had to do it 3 times till I got a group who was competent.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right.
That's good enough.
But then Stalker spawned in one of them, and next minute 2 people go down. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting you up. I need to defend this southern zone. actually quite intense for a change.
I
Because
kind
you
of
have like
like
level
doing a
2
bit
and
more
3s.
higher level stuff, because it is a bit like broken. The amount of like basically anything that is based off the normal level scaling is a joke.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the second you're MR10 or whatever, you've got enough fucking mods and things that you can just break any gun, even if it's only like ranked 10. Because you can just chuck a reactor in it or whatever, or a catalyst in it, and make it intense.
Cool. I still need to play Red Dead Redemption.
You need to finish off.
I still need to finish off.
Oh, you're still working on there, Odyssey?
Oh, Tales of Vesperia. That's it. That's what's out in January. The definitive edition.
That. It's actually quite good. It's quite good for quite a little RPG.
That's one that I'm thinking of getting. And then there was quite a few
interesting on it.
January.
It's like real-time battle system, so and you swap between the characters.
Resident Evil's the end of January, and then Kingdom Hearts. And
yeah. So the AI control your allies essentially. But can you tell them what to prioritize? I can't remember. But I remember it being a decent game. It was actually quite a fun game.
I went the wrong way.
I actually started playing Dying Light, which I bought like 6 months ago.
Alright.
Shouldn't you be still playing Assassin's Creed so you can then start Red Dead? Seeing as it was amazing at the Game Awards.
I was laughing at that. I was like, this is just like winning
my mate in Scotland stayed up to watch it, and it's like, and my other mate who works for a video games website stayed up to watch it. I didn't. I went to bed like a normal person and woke up to literally looked on Twitter, and it's just everyone just raging over like, how the hell did God of War get all the awards? And
it wasn't that annoyed me. It was the fact that Red Dead Redemption was winning stuff like best music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, everyone thought Nier should have won best music because man, that game's got some damn decent music on it. Not even battle music, like pretty good normal music. And it was like, nope, Red Dead won best vocals, and it was like, what? It's like
game of the year and stuff like that. Like overall being the best, but you know.
Yeah.
I was expecting to come with best indie title, Red Dead Redemption. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting to sort of come up. It was a bit weird. It's like...
Then there was a lot of stuff sponsored by Fortnite. Yeah, a lot of stuff. The Epic.
The best streamer, Grim. And it was just basically, that you mean the best Fortnite player.
Yeah. Did you see the bit? Fortnite. Did you see the bit with what's his face? Though.
How he dressed up.
Sonic Fox.
Yeah,
Sonic Fox is like the world #1 in pretty much all beat 'em ups on consoles. Has been for about 2 years. Wins every tournament, literally. But he's not actually a dick. He's like, he plays up as a dick, but he's actually quite. He's one of the few people that will actually show you stuff and help people, whereas a lot of the other people are just like dicks. But it's like he went on there and they gave him a mic, and it's like, so you've got this guy who's like, I think he's gay, I'm not sure, but like he's like proper proud guy, and like you give him a mic and go, there you go, now say what you want, and literally started raving on about like Republicans and fucking and it's like so it's like all these people like, who's the half the people in the audience like, why is that a guy dressed up as a fox? Because no one knows who he is. He's just this black guy dressed up as a fox, and everyone's like, is it Sonic? Is it like a new Sonic game? And it's like, no, dude. And it was like, and it's just literally like, he goes on there and the teleprompter person starts typing on the screen, time to wrap up, enough now. It was just like, and then it's like they were like, we didn't think he would be so like, you know, super popular and everything, like, you know, this, that, and the other. And it's like, really? Yeah.
It's best esports award, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did you? I was surprised. What's his face? Didn't Ninja win something like best twat who plays Fortnite? Yeah.
Best streamer award, but the best streamer award was basically all five streamers, and they just showed them all playing Fortnite, and like, wow,
Was because it was
diversity here.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die really badly. I had to do this bit where I have to use Marceline's stealth ability, but me stealth, yeah. So I got spotted, and now Marceline's dead. I kind of actually just want her to die so I can try us again. I'm not really going to be able to kill them all. There we go. I died. But, yeah. No, yeah, it was like best streamer, and there was 5 of them, and every single one was playing Fortnite. And then they showed off like 6 or 7 new games, and about half of them were all on Epic stores. And everyone's like, what the hell is Epic stores? And then someone's like,
oh, it's their new rival to Steam, isn't it?
Yeah. Good old Fortnite.
Well, keep trying to do rivals to Steam, but it's not gonna work.
Epic have the
anytime
Epic
soon.
have the if
Epic
anyone
have
can,
the money.
Epic can. They have the money, and they have Fortnite.
Yeah, but
so
keep in mind that Steam take 30% of every sale on Steam.
Guess how much Epic are going to take?
30%.
Guess how much Epic are going to take?
50.
No, but I just mean that obviously Epic will then get 100% of the stuff for their games, but every single game is on Steam.
George, guess
like
how much Epic are taking
they just
off
have more
sales?
money than God.
Guess how much Epic are taking off though, Meth? They're not taking 30%, they're taking 12.
Oh, was it 12? Yeah. I thought it was high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's gonna use
plus licensing? Unreal Engine licensing will also be free for those people who use their engine to put games on
I
their
thought
store.
it was already. I mean,
no, you pay a licensing fee. But the idea is, though, if you're playing Fortnite, you already have the Epic launcher, which will have their store on it. So that's the idea. They can use their own launcher for their store. So it's quite a way of doing it. It's an interesting way. If you've got how many people play Fortnite? Like tens of millions. So
the world.
If you're suddenly advertising all these games on your store, which you're going to see because you're playing Fortnite, then suddenly, and all these developers get more money by putting their game on Epic instead, then you might have a shift.
Well, it depends how well it works and how stable it is and all the rest.
It's just a storefront at the end, but
yeah.
Suddenly, if you're something, you're not having to give Valve 30%, then suddenly that for a lot of people that could be interesting.
Yeah, if they can make it work, but I don't know. I think people don't like it because there are other ones. I mean, because the Ubisoft have all their stuff on their own little launcher as well.
You play.
There was another one who's trying to make their own launcher. I can't remember who it was, but talked about it the other day.
You just need pockets, really, and they have them.
People don't like having lots of different things.
True, no. I like Steam is just Steam, yeah. I don't care how much Steam charges.
Everything I've got on Steam, everything is linked. My friends list is all on there, and everyone can play together easy because it's all on Steam and everything's there. And it works really well. The store is very good, responsive. It's got a good community. It's got a good rating system, and it works. I would need a big reason to change off of Steam.
Too many launches.
Yeah.
I don't know what to play.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna win. Potentially.
Hey, did you get Barrow's stuff met on the weekend or last weekend?
I got some of it. I didn't actually get it.
That's where the Volcar Wraith was hiding.
Oh, the Volcar Wraith.
Yeah, I got the Volcar Wraith. It was also Jolt, which everyone is constantly asking for.
Finally got Jolt as well.
Jolt, all the lightning mods were up.
I didn't bother getting the melee one because I couldn't be arsed stuck at farming anymore. I was done. My brain was just like...
Yeah, I didn't get all of the mods because ducket farming is just too tedious.
I didn't get the sword either for the for the archery. I
didn't get either.
I got all the weapons. Well, you haven't played it in weeks.
And couldn't be bothered.
But yeah, I got the weapons because I figured those are they're actually kind of more awkward to get. And you like all the Jolt and that you should be able to get elsewhere, frankly.
No, you can't. I've never...
Stupid rare drop from a specific thing.
I think there is somewhere that does drop it. I can't remember where.
Yeah, I mean it's stupid and it's better. It will be quicker to wait for Barrow to have it again, but it does exist elsewhere. So there are just more of them. So if you want to buy one, it's not going to be hundreds of plat, and it doesn't affect you. Well, I don't think it really do it.
Was Warben Prime? Was Warben Prime all their parts rares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I finally got the blueprint for it.
I always forget, I can remember if it's Vorben or Oberon, but I think it was Vorben. Because Vorben's the one you can only get from alerts, isn't it? The regular Vorben. Yeah.
But yeah, because when I was stuck at farming, I got the Vorben Prime blueprint, like another bloody gold.
Yeah.
So I'm only missing the helmet, I think, from that.
Yeah, I knew one of the Warframes, one of the fairly recent ones, was all rare. It's like, really? Why?
We can only be some 1 volt Prime piece now as well.
Alright.
There was a Neo captured up and I just repeated that over and over. I must have done it literally for the whole hour and a half it was up. It only taken like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah. The problem is that really, if you want a ducket farm, you need a group of 3 or 4 people, and you've got to just do endless stuff, because that is the way to do it. Because it's just...
I think captured it, because capture's so quick, it's like...
Capture is pretty quick, but you just get people slow it down every time I do it. It's like, any time I do it with... Oh yeah, so even, like, not just doing endless, but just having a group who are actually just doing it. Because the amount of times I would do, like, a capture or whatever, and then you'd be waiting for people... or someone would be fucking around, and you know, half of you would start farming the reactor at the start, the other half would run off and kill the capture tower, and then you're both trying to work out where the reactant is. It's just like...
Another good one was, it was Crossfire, I think it was. It just ended so fast, like infested Crossfire.
Yeah, the Crossfire, well, the Crossfire one can be any of a few different things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll wonder if he'll have like something special for the launch of Fortuna as well. Like if they'll do that.
Don't have anything.
I was gonna go on it and like look, and I was just like, I don't really care enough. It's what I was saying to a guy at work. So it's not that it's a bad game. It's just there are actual other games I would rather play for a game that I've got everything on that game. All I'm doing is just looking up builds and tweaking it to then use them, and it's just like, it's like, even with Fortuna coming out, it's like, it'll be cool and everything, but it's like, I care more about fucking trying to figure out what I'm doing on Dragon Quest, or fucking Spider-Man that I brought that's actually really fun,
I shouldn't have a job. There's so many games I'd like to play. I'd like to play Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest is so cool. Dragon Quest is massive. It's like
I need like a month off work just to play these games.
It's a huge game.
I want to play Ni no Kuni 2 as well. It's like,
that's a big game.
It's
a good game.
I just don't have the time. And here I'm just standing doing nothing. I think there's just so many choices, just like end up not doing any of them. It's a good day for the football, though. Chelsea beat Man City. The only time I'd ever want Chelsea winning a game.
Oh, he has a lot of health.
More power!
Yeah, the gift from the Lotus was only a reactor and a pistol ribbon.
Yeah, fair enough.
I know how much you love pistol ribbons, mate.
Maze.
No one will buy them off you.
Nope. Because they keep giving them out for free.
Yeah. True.
Sure, it could be, if you got the piranha, then I guess it would be good. But...
True, then I have to sit and spend time with all those brothers unlocking ribbons.
I'll be seeing the next prime is then, as predictable as it was.
No, I don't even keep up with it, just sort of logging in to check the Ah, cool. Like
Looks good, actually. It actually looks a good prime like this. So Aki Kajara Prime, the 2 pistols, and Redeemer Prime. Yeah, and Redeemer Prime. Yeah, exactly.
When they meant to be released in Mesa.
Melee, or no,
Redeemer Prime is...
Redeemer is the melee pistol. The weird one, isn't it? The melee weapon that has a gun in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That took about 5 guns to make.
Yeah. You needed like a dual scanner, so you had to build 2 scanners to get the dual scanner, and then you had to get like the fucking axe magnets or something.
Yeah.
Axe Lato, so you had to buy a Lato and another Lato, so you can make the axe Lato, so you can put that and the dual scanner together, along with a fucking 100 Oracle cells or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy amount.
The new frame, what's his name? The actual new frame looks kind of cool, actually. Is it Baruch?
What, the Garuda one? Or...
No, the next one after Garuda. They're already almost finished the next one.
Better.
It's a monk type frame.
Oh. Should be weird.
Its first ability is where any attacks from the front go through you.
Oh wow.
Something like that, and it charges up, and the second attack is like a sleep, but like a AoE sleep. The third one was. But the fourth one you can't use until a certain meters reach the top, and you get that by using your other 3 skills. And it's like basically you get your fists out and start doing attacks with your fists. Pretty interesting. I'm sure it'll be broken as hell as normal and then get nerfed.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be unlocked by an obnoxious way of some kind.
Farm 100. Farm 100.
They'll put it in with Revenant and the other one. So you can spend 100 hours.
Actually, you joke, but it'll probably be in the bounties on Fortuna.
It'll be bounties. Yeah.
It'll be Fortuna ones, though.
Yeah, the new ones on Fortuna and not just more of the fucking. And hopefully the ones on Fortuna won't have the other 2 in. There's no reason why they should. So.
Well, I don't know if you've got it. There's a free booster pack out as well.
Oh, I don't know.
So you may as well pick that up for Fortuna. 7-day XP and credit.
The one from this universe.
Alright.
But there are lots of universes.
Might as well get that when I finish work before Christmas.
Yeah.
The Enchiridion isn't a spellbook, but somebody with a head for science could probably get some pretty dangerous ideas from it. If the Flood even has anything to do with the Enchiridion. I'm just speculating.
Fern isn't saying much. You think he could have done it?
And I don't know if Fern's involved.
PS plus sign I see by Crow? Wow.
I mean, he was hanging out with my uncle, who isn't exactly a good influence.
I'd hardly
I'd be
believe.
surprised if he doesn't at least know something.
Maybe he got a freebie.
We found out.
Jake? Where's Fern?
Oh, right.
Bought it for him or
I
something.
guess I was supposed to be guarding him, huh?
You
Yeah,
think?
he briefly showed up on Final Fantasy when the free login weekend was on.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He's a bit far behind.
the free login, not free login, ESO put out a thing where they're doing it where you can play it for free for a week.
I thought ESO was Oh no, it's not, is it? You have to buy the game, don't you?
You have to buy the game, yeah.
Have either of you played Dying Light then?
Nope.
Is that the
co-op on?
Zombie
co-op
one?
On it, but not. Yeah.
The 4-player zombie one.
It's just it's just
like...
a little arena thing, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a little arena thing. You just
No,
the
main. No.
It's like Dead Island, but with parkour and better graphics and not shit.
Oh, yeah, I've got that on Steam.
There we go.
Yeah.
I do have that one. There are too many of them.
It's quite amusing because I'm sick of using melee weapons. I'm sick of using melee weapons. It's like if I use a gun, all those bastards come running at me. You have those chaser ones, don't you? Like if you make a loud noise, they come at you. It's like, but I want to use my gun.
And they all just are constantly ambling towards you. It's kind of a cool game, but yeah. I'm playing it with.
They're making a second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one's next year.
Yeah. One of my mates was always saying it was pretty good to play on co-op, so I thought, oh,
yeah,
it was like
pretty
good. £10 on. It was like £10 on bloody sale on PSN. I was like, oh, fuck it.
It's a proper long game. It's quite long as well. Yeah, Resident Evil's the end of January. But,
the remake.
You seen the weird picture they put of the new... Oh, they're remaking Nemesis, though.
I don't mind that, because I'd like them to remake Parasite Eve 2. Can they do that?
No.
That was an awesome game.
Parasite Eve 2, the one I played recently. I say recently, like last year. If it was, it's not an awesome game, it's awful. It's not aged well.
Oh well, no, it'll age very poorly. It's a PS1 game, yeah. It's the Resident Evil style.
Recently. I can't remember. I think it's Parasite Eve 2 that I played. It's either 1 or 2. But
I never played 1.
Through it, it's so fucking bad. Like
it will age really. That's why I haven't played it. Cause I know it hasn't aged well. It's like even like games like Final Fantasy VII. It's like, oh, this is ugly.
That's fine.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, I don't mean. No. The thing is, the gameplay on 7 is still as solid as it ever was and as it ever will be. Whereas Parasite Eve like is so janky and so shit, and like fucking tank controls. And,
what it was, it was Resident Evil 1 style. That's how it was played.
But it's designed more like an action game, and then the monsters are just fucking weird with their slightly human faces.
That's why I'd like
evil llama demons.
Yeah, that's why I'd like a remake of it with do it properly, give the justice it deserves.
You seen the guy they've added to Resident Evil 2 remake?
What was the new guy?
Yeah.
Not adding story characters to it, are they?
No, they're adding like a Nemesis shit thing. So the whole thing on Nemesis was you had the Nemesis that just follows you and tries to kill you, don't you? Yeah, well, so does this one.
If 2 had a Nemesis that followed you, in
Huh?
Yeah, the T.
Yeah, they did the Terminator guy.
T9?
The Terminator looking, yeah, like the Terminator guy that he's like.
But you only basically
yeah,
you only see it if you're being slow, basically. But
you only see it on the second playthrough. It's when you played through B. If you're on B playthrough, is the only time you saw him.
Yeah, this one.
You played.
This one has a hat. This one has a hat and like a big old trench coat, and he like.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah, he was. That's what he was.
He was in it. He's the original Nemesis,
effectively. Does he have some stupid name?
He was a T something, wasn't he?
No, they've given him a name then.
Or was that in the first one?
I can't remember.
He's got a name. I can't remember what the name is. I can't remember.
But he wasn't here for, because the original, I'm not sure if they've done it with the remake, but the original was you played through as either character, and then you played the other character from their perspective, didn't you? And that's when you saw it.
Depending on the order you played it in, their playthroughs were slightly different, weren't they?
Yeah.
So playing Leon as A was slightly different to playing him as B. You got different stuff you had to do, and the puzzles were slightly different. It's quite cool. Yeah.
Make sure you always left the machine gun in the bum bag for player B. Yeah. Player A does not need it. Yeah, because player A, you're following Birkin around. He's the main monster that keeps turning up and fucking you over. And on B, it's that Nemesis guy in the trench coat.
Yeah,
where you didn't have to kill him. You could knock him over, and you were advised to do it really to fight him.
I thought you couldn't kill him. To run because you couldn't kill him. He was just.
No, you could knock him down, which meant you could get items off him, I think, and then when you go through the next door, he gets back up again, sort of thing. He appears in set places.
You see the thing when they released the trailer for Mortal Kombat. And it's like, they released a trailer for Mortal Kombat and literally just everyone at the Game Award just basically put their fingers in their ears. Because it's like, they released it, the trailer looked really cool. It's basically Scorpion fighting Raiden, and then Raiden kills Scorpion and another Scorpion appears because like, they clone him or something. But it's like a cool looking trailer, like they're fighting and you see Scorpion pull out, like rip off Raiden's head and spike him and everything. And then, but the worst part is the whole thing during this trailer, there's music playing, and so it's not like, it's not like orchestral music or something at all. It's some rapper being like, yo, bro, do this, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, there's these people having like this fucking big ass martial art thing, and some like rapper in the background. It's like, what? It's like, people got well pissed with it. There's like, oh my god, they're ruining Mortal Kombat. It's like, who the fuck cares? It's Mortal Kombat. Fuck off. They release it every year.
Mr. X.
It was something like that. Yeah, it was a weird name.
I remember it being. Yeah, I don't think he had the hat in the original.
Yeah, he has a hat in the new one.
I think he was bald, wasn't he? Just a bald head.
Yeah, he's bald in this one as well, but he appears out. There's a picture of him with a hat, and he looks a bit like.
He did have the he had the trench coat though. I remember that.
But he had the trench coat, because it's.
Yeah. I just remember it when you activate the control system. When you activate this control system and you look at the video camera and you see him up against the video camera smashing it up, and you're like, oh shit, he's coming my way. He was basically the Nemesis, wasn't he? Too.
I don't remember number 2 that much. I did play it quite a bit. I just don't remember.
The one in the police station.
No, I remember the setting. It's the bit as well where you fight in a gun shop or something. It's like some guy who pulls a gun on you in a gun shop.
Oh yeah, the very first thing you do.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want to get the special key to get the ultimate costume, you have to go through that entire stage without picking up anything. It's like, oh, let me have to skip the shotgun.
Yeah.
That's why there was two shotguns in the game and 2 bow guns. Because if you didn't pick it up in the shop, you could pick it up somewhere else.
And he was just good Mr. Race in the original one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then you
the
have
funny
the
thing
is,
in Nemesis, when I think near the end of the game in Nemesis, you find like a dead Mr. X just lying around. Because that helicopter drops in, doesn't it?
Oh right. Oh, what?
Umbrella. No, I think it was dropping. I think Umbrella created them to hunt down certain people. So
yeah,
I think they dropped a few. They dropped a few of them in essentially.
Ah.
But I don't know why that one died. But it was just like you just find one dead almost randomly. Got killed by the nemesis.
But yeah,
which is quite cool.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he was just called Mr. X, and then he grows his giant claw arm.
Well, you do this. You throw in the lava, don't you, or something, or and he jumps out of it into time.
He chucks you the RPG to fire at him.
Yeah. I always wonder what happens if you miss.
I don't think you can. I think when you press, as soon as you press fire, then you go to the cutscene.
Oh yeah. Even if he's charging straight at you as well to connect, it goes into the cutscene. It's like
yeah.
Which is quite weird because in one of the playthroughs you can get Ada killed.
He looks fucking ridiculous. I'd forgotten how bad he looks. Good old really. Pirates T103. Yeah, that's his original. That's his designation.
Fun times. Oh, so long ago.
I know. Oh, actually, when was fucking Resident Evil 2? That was
it's PlayStation 1, remember?
It's
so.
PS1. It was 98. I should not have been playing that game.
Jeez, I would have been what? 14 maybe?
I would have been, in fact, January 98, so I would have
Would you have been in single figures?
Yep. I would be 8 in January.
Yeah, you should not have been playing that game.
Actually, when did Silent Hill come out? Because I played that one as well, and that was fucking terrifying.
Does that mean you played Resident Evil 1 when you were 6?
I think probably I played Resident Evil 1 and then, like, around the same time that 2 came out, or something like that. I suspect, because I don't think I got many, like, brand new games. Well, Silent Hill was 99.
I still think the original Silent Hill's probably the scariest game I've ever played.
The thing is, it was the scariest game because of things that were in the game that weren't there by choice, but by, like, issues with the technology. Like, the reason the town is so misty and you can't see shit is because there was no ability to render any further, like. It was their way to get around the fact that they couldn't render that big an area properly.
Well, I think maybe it's just like grown up because I was younger back then. But the idea is all you've got is this radio, and it starts crackling.
I would rather not have the radio. If there was a choice to turn off the radio, I would have done that every time.
It just meant something was coming
anytime
towards
there was
you.
an enemy near you, the radio would crackle, and it would make a different noise for different enemies. Yeah. And I just remember going into the school and being scared shitless because the radio starts going mental, and then you finally. And then it's a fucking ghost, and it's a bunch of ghosts, and they can't hurt you, they can't interact with you because they're ghosts. They do nothing but scare the shit out of you because the radio is crackling for like 10 minutes before you find them. And then you would be out in the, like, down the street where you can see less far than you can if you're in a closed room. And because of the fucking fog, and it would start cracking, it's like, shit, there's flying things out there somewhere. They're coming.
But as much as you hated it, there's a part where you had to go into the sewer and your radio doesn't work, and you're like, oh, I've lost my safety blanket. And you're walking through the sewer like really slowly, like, I know someone's gonna jump out. I know someone's gonna jump out.
I don't really remember much of Silent Hill. All I remember is the bit where you see the nurse and she like twists around and tries to kill you. And then a pyramid head fucking a mannequin while you're in a closet staring at it.
That's Silent Hill 2.
2, I think that was, yeah.
Yeah,
I just remember seeing a nurse with a creepy radio, and then the only other memory of Silent Hill games is the bit of the pyramid head banging someone while you're in a closet. It's like, alright.
2 was a weird one.
That's the only memory I've got.
Was meant to be really weird because the whole thing of 2 is that you don't know why you're there, and then it turns out it's basically is a manifestation. So the whole thing is they keep using Pyramid Head and stuff, and it makes no sense because the whole point of Pyramid Head is that he is James's guilt. The main character. He is the guilt that James feels for killing his wife. That is the whole story of the game. Is like, you killed your wife, and that's why you ended up in Silent Hill, and you've like blanked out of your mind, and that's why that thing is hunting you down, because it's the guilt that you have like buried.
But then there was Silent Hill 3, which you were the girl, weren't you? Which I remember being a decent enough Silent Hill. It was. I think the flavour of it wore off on me by then, like the whole kind of.
It's one of those things, though, as you get a bit older as well, like, the kind of, like, so I was, like, genuinely scared of Silent Hill 1, because I was, again, far too young to be playing it, but you kind of don't get that anymore, do you? There's nothing new under the sun anymore, like, but when the first one you play and stuff, it's properly creepy. I'm still still quite gutted that after PT they cancelled the latest Silent Hill.
That's Konami, innit?
Yeah.
Well, I suspect isn't he making a new game which is just like it, though?
Standard.
Yeah, that's probably, like, what he had in mind.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it probably is, but it's also that whole thing of it's not going to be. He's kind of had to like work around and stuff that Konami still owned, to make it technically not be a Silent Hill.
Yeah, I mean the only real thing with Warframe is like it's just once you played it quite a bit, you just end up with like there isn't that many. You know, you need there to be more frames that you're interested in.
It's like 30 frames, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because there's like 30 of them, yet I always go back to Rhino or even Revenant. It's just like, yeah, I'll click on the limb.
Mine's more, there's like 8. Yeah. So, that's what I have. Look at that.
Won't be a Revenant Prime for a long time.
Caught my first fish on Red Dead.
Nice.
It's the bluegill.
There's a lot of fish on that game.
Is it like throwing a spear into the water?
No.
No.
And then going, do-do-do-do.
No.
No, there's a bit more to it, luckily.
I've heard the online is getting a bit of hate.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
I've not tried it, but
something to do with the economy. I don't know. People like it was
The
like
economy's broke.
Piss all money.
The economy's broke. That's what's that's why.
someone mentioned that
broke?
You
it
get no
takes
money.
too long. Takes too long
yeah.
to get money unless you obviously cough up with your wallet.
Yeah, that's Rockstar, though, isn't it? Yeah, so I've been watching people play, and it seemed fun. Like it seemed like a good laugh, but they were getting, you know, like $9 each or whatever from an awkward mission.
Yeah. And you need like $1,000 just.
And you need
like,
$25 just to make your gang. So you
I was
do like
that
4
was
missions
it,
together
yeah.
just to get the fucking actually
Was it
get
something
yourself
like
a
you
proper
needed
pass.
like $1,000 to unlock fast travel or something like that?
Yeah, probably because
Really-
fast travel's not even in this thing, so.
Yeah. Well, actually, isn't it? If at a certain
If you're
point
willing
you
to
get given
pay
it.
like, oh do you? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
far it's just like you use the stagecoaches, but
Yeah.
they're
I think
really limited.
I think later on you get a. So I'm told you get like a fast travel ability.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when Fortuna comes out, I'll play a bit of it, but
Also,
I think it's more. I think it's more just for me. It's just like there's not that much more on that game for me to do other than the weapons and like it's boring me like redoing a frame like 4 times and redoing a weapon when it's like I just want a new frame that I had, you know. I know I just need quite a few frames. It's like, you know, you need to sort of have a gap and then come back to it where there's tons, and it's like
yeah, it is one of those games where you take a break from it and then come back.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I've got more than enough games anyway now.
Let's face it, we'll play Fortuna for a couple of weeks and go, well, that's that then, and then
that's the point.
What comes after that?
Twiddle. Yeah, I brought Spider-Man the other day. That's pretty fucking good. Looks really pretty as well.
It's
pretty fun.
Like I've never played it.
It's very fun. Like if you for it's quite good as well because I thought it'd be set like, you know, how did I become Spider-Man? It's like nah, none of that shit. You are Spider-Man. Everyone in the city knows you're Spider-Man, and off you go. Cool. And you're just like cool. Yeah. Starts off with you in your boxers. You wake up in your boxers. You get some toast from a toaster. Immediately sniff your spider suit. Decide it smells okay, and hop off. And it's like it's pretty cool though. It's like all open world now. You've seen the trailer for Far Cry. Hey, people are losing their shit over that. They're like, oh my god. Yeah, another one. So the new Far Cry is set 20 years or 100 years, or it is set in the same state but in the future to warrant the fact that it's post-apocalyptic, full of zombies and mutants.
Oh, is this so they can use the same map and become cheap? Never been done before, has it?
Yeah,
it's fun. I don't really care.
I'm probably not going to get that.
The only thing that interested was it Obsidian? They're making like a weird game. It looks like Borderlands type game.
Yes, yeah, it does look like Borderlands, but it looks pretty cool.
As long as they keep the Obsidian, we may have created Fallout, but this has nothing to do with it. We're not part of that anymore.
The amount of hate, the amount of hate that game's getting, it's like.
I think it is deserved though. To be honest,
I've watched about like 10 hours of gameplay, and admittedly half of that
just seems a bit weird.
I've watched.
Wasted 10 hours of your life.
Like soulless.
Well, it's mainly because I was chatting with my American mate that streams it. That was the fundamental reason why I've watched 10 hours of playing it, is because of that, and my other mate who lives in London who gets games for rent, I was watching it for his video game website. I was watching him play it because of that, but yeah, it's not good. It's not a good game. And then there's loads of people moaning because they didn't deliver the plastic bag, the canvas bag.
I saw like something about that. I didn't read it, but it sounded ridiculous. People are getting pissed off about the quality of the bag.
Because the bag they showed looked like an actual full-on duffel bag, and it looked damn good. It looked like something you would imagine would be if Fallout was real, and what you got was basically a smart price as the carrier bag with Fallout stamped on it, and then got told thanks for spending like 120 bucks, 120 quid on us. Yeah, it's
complained to the feds there, and their answer was, yeah, it costs too much to make this other bag, so okay, and we're not going to do anything about it. So see you later.
No, they did deal with it. They did. They said, we are aware of the issue and therefore we have come up with a resolve of the issue. The issue is we will give you 5,000 Vault-Tec points, equivalent to £5 in your currency. Thanks for spending £120 to get the special edition. Yeah.
Oh, it's just like, are they purposely just trying to hit themselves in the face?
Apparently you can wear the helmet is what I heard.
The thing is, they're giving you the proper bags now.
Yes, but you have to have proof of purchase, and you have to get an email verification from the shop verifying that you are a legit real person and legit customer, and it takes a month, and it takes 3 weeks for it to be delivered.
So they're gonna give you the real bag
in a month.
But what was even worse was when you go on to make a ticket on the site to say I want my new bag. They'd done something I don't know what they'd done, but everyone had access to everyone else's tickets. So you could see all the details, all your address, your credit card details, and everything.
They just screwed it up.
Oh my god, Professor, can you not do anything right?
They literally just screwed it up.
How do you even do that? That is real. That's a real difficult mistake to make, to accidentally have everyone see.
So people could go on and close each other's tickets and say,
yeah. Which they did.
It's like, did they put their C team on this game or something?
No, they put the dude who's homeless down the road and fed him chicken nuggets. Is basically what they might as well have done. Yeah. I mean, the engine is Fallout 4. The engine is Fallout 4. The assets are Fallout 4. And originally it was meant to be a Fallout 4 expansion, but apparently they realised...
I'm sure I even believe that. They're fucking writing not good enough for what?
No, apparently they believed that they believed that they had a strong enough thing to make it a standalone Fallout game, and to which people hit back and went, in other words...
They did. They were correct. They had a strong enough reason to make it that sort of game, and then they failed to deliver what people wanted.
In the meantime, why don't you try to track down Fern?
Sounds like
they gave them. Oh, imagine Fallout, but without any of the characters. Great. That's just what people want. That's what people play Fallout for. A wasteland and nothing else. And recognizable mutants.
Who was it? I think it was Angry Joe. He came up with a theory. Yeah, he came up with a theory as to what he thinks it was. It kind of quite a sound theory because they had a studio, which apparently they were making a game. It was like an Overwatch type game, which was cancelled.
Yeah,
because Overwatch is not touched anytime soon.
So his theory was they made this team work on this game, even though they probably wasn't their expertise, for example, because all their other members of staff were probably working on what's it, Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. And they'll probably just he probably just went, right, can you make this game? And yeah, there you go, just do it. And this team, which probably weren't experienced in doing it,
I don't know.
This is what it's come up with.
My money would be on it being more a case of they had, like you say, all the top people were working on those games, and then they were like, right, shit, well, we're gonna have to delay this. And some guy who's trying to make a name for himself was like, it's okay, I can do it with my team. My team is definitely able to do this. Give us access to the engine and the assets, and we will make the game and make you tons of money.
Well, that's what they did.
And now they don't have a job.
Yes.
But apparently, the concept of what they wanted for Fallout 76 was exactly what was executed. Apparently.
Yeah. It just turned out. Well, the thing is, if they actually made a proper, living world.
Yeah, instead of they made a completely empty world. The concept is perfect. It's exactly what people wanted. How much people were crying out for a co-op Fallout.
Yeah. I mean,
instead they got
the most funniest thing.
Imagine playing Fallout on your own, but with a friend with you.
Yeah, the most funniest thing with 76 was literally people just saying, "Dude, all they had to do was just release Fallout 4, but with a co-op mode." That's all. That would have done.
Yeah.
That's literally that would have done it. I would have bought it for that outright. We'd be playing it right now.
You'd have to change. The problem is
just literally release Fallout 3.
You have to remove VATs. You have to remove VATs.
Yeah, that was part of the issue that they
still kept VATs. Broken VATs.
It needs to go.
Broken VATs.
Other thing as well.
The game.
The problem you've also got
a thing you can do
is what you do with NPCs. If I join Grim's game and I just start slaughtering everyone,
just make it so you can't.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Surely you don't. You just say, well, if you don't like it, join another server, I guess.
What I mean is, I could ruin your game net, for example, but then again,
I suppose, but I guess you would make it that you can set permissions, like maybe you just can't damage NPCs unless the host has set it to be available. Like the default would be you can't kill NPCs.
Yeah, so they have the option to do that.
Which is basically what they've done, because in fact, that would be no different than what they've done, because they just made the NPCs into robots that can't be broken.
Yeah.
That's not really any different.
And instead of having raiders, you've got the Scorched. Yay.
Yeah, so many scorched ghouls and scorched beasts and.
And isn't the boss, the final boss, just a dragon from Skyrim? But reanimate like so.
Yes.
So I watched a video with someone fighting that, and they put the Dragonborn music on in the background.
There's two. There's a Scorch beast that flies around. It's level 50 and it shoots radiation. But what happens is when it spams radiation, if you're in power armor, it bricks your damn game and nearly crashes it. Because literally the frame rate drops to 0 FPS, and you're just like, oh. And that's on a pro, and on a PC, it's just like, oh no.
It was just funny the way.
And then
like
when you kill it,
the same animation as the dragons from Skyrim. Yeah. Like,
and
wow,
then
you just copied and pasted this in.
There's an actual full-on boss thing called the Scorch Queen, and it is just literally looks like a dragon from Skyrim. But apparently, it's like it takes a whole server to kill it. I mean, they say a whole server. A server is 8 people, 20, not even that many.
Apparently you control it as well. For example, the boss's health is based on the person who engages it first. Yep.
So you just get a level 1 to shoot at it and run away.
You get the lowest level player to engage you, because you say some guy who was like a level 150 engaged it, and the boss's health was so high that his most powerful weapon was just
the whole server.
Tickling it. It was
I saw the video. It took a whole server to do it, and it took the whole server 2 hours. And this is like 20 people spending 2 hours just shooting at it and having to hide in buildings to shoot at it to avoid its radiation, and just literally going like 1 damage, 2 damage, and just slowly whittling it down. And it was just, and apparently they didn't even get anything great from it.
Yeah.
Apparently, they got like a load of stuff, but it was all stuff like mounting and find out in the game. It was just like. It's hilarious.
It's just when Todd Howard got up on stage and was explaining this game, was he aware of how bad it was?
No, he just wanted the money. That's all
he must have known how bad that game was going to be. It was just basically he wanted money, didn't he? He wanted people to pay whatever it was, 50 quid.
It's all about the money.
It probably cost him about 50p to make.
Well, yeah, that's why it uses all the 76.
Just all 76. Like when he was on stage at E3 talking about this, was he just outright lying to people, or did he just not know?
Bit of both.
If you make something like that, you probably you believe in it, don't you? You've got to have that kind of.
The memes for it. There's so many of them.
Yeah, there's so many.
The bits that you think are good.
There's just so much. The game is literally got so much hate. And it's
the thing about all their games in the past have been buggy, but I've been able to forgive it because they were still good games. Skyrim was a good game. Even Fallout 4, I thought was an okay game. And the bugs you generally worked around. You sort of well, they've made this great big game, and you expect a few bugs in there. And that's the opinion I had. And I'm looking back going...
Yeah, I got my opinion on the bugs is like, of course there are bugs, you can't... But then, otherwise the game will be, an extra 2 years in development finding bugs.
Yeah.
But then, like I say, if you buy it on PC, people fix all the bugs for you. I'm sitting there going... Why?
Realistically, like, most of the bugs don't matter, they're just kind of a bit odd. And the bugs that are actually issues, they're there to do fix.
But the thing is, the problem you've got now is, after 76, I don't think I'm going to be able to look past them anymore. I'm going to be like, when Starfield comes out, they better be fucking bug-free, for the most part.
Have you seen all the stuff for Just Cause. Have you seen how well that's doing? There's people saying it's like an amazing game now, and it's like I watch this review and it's like this is the reason why it's so amazing. It feels like truly a successor to number 3, and it's like, well, yeah, it's number 4. And it's like, oh, but they've learned so much from number 3. It looks like number 3. It's just all they've done is now it has 3 biomes, because that's the new thing now that everyone's losing their shit over. It's all about the biomes now. You know, because biomes. Yeah, but Just Cause has an ice biome, a desert biome, and a weird grassland sort of African biome, which they couldn't really decide what to call it, so they just called it a wet marshland.
How did you get a ice biome and a desert biome on the same map?
Well, it's the same as the new thing now is you can... So in the old ones you had the grappling hook. Now you have the balloons from Metal Gear, you know, the balloons that everyone loved from that Metal Gear game. Yeah, you get that now, but you can control how high they fly, so you can attach them to a car, and you can have a car float next to you for like 20 minutes. I mean, you can't use the car or do anything with the car, but you can make it float. Great. It's like, I was just like, I saw it the other day, I was just like, okay. But I love the best bit was this review was like, oh yeah, it's amazing. If you like Just Cause, obviously you'll love it, but if you like adventure games, you'll love this. It's so great. And then literally the very next thing after that was a guy going, this is some of the funny bugs I found. So here's me clipped to a tried a grappling hook to the ground. Oh no, I've phased through the world and through this tank, and now I'm stuck. And it's just like, the game is so buggy.
The problem I got Just Cause 3.
Yeah.
It was the PS4. I played it for an hour. It crashed.
Yeah.
So okay.
Apparently Just Cause 4 is the same.
It crashed. I played it again for an hour. It crashed, and I just literally threw my keypad at the wall.
Yep.
I'm not playing this shit anymore.
Yep.
It's like, really? It was like this weird, it must be like a memory issue, because it crashed roughly about the hour mark, and I'm like, I can't play this game.
Yep.
Well, Just Cause 2 being a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, it was. But as I was saying to Matt, that I was chatting to my American mate, and he was saying that they were doing a playthrough of Divinity, and they got to 100 hours in Divinity, and one of them said to him, like, can he do make a single player game, like a single player one, so he could play it, and he said yeah, and so he made a single player, but he never made a manual save, so when the game saved, it auto-saved over his auto-save, because he never made a manual save in 100 hours, and basically, yeah, so they gave up on Divinity 1 and brought Divinity 2 like a day later. I was just like, I was telling Matt about him. It was just, how can you do that? Like seriously, how can you be that stupid? I was like, I don't know. People are. Yeah. At the moment, I'm running around with a penguin on my head. As you do.
It's got to be illegal.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Gunter. Yeah, it's Gunter the penguin. It's fine. Everyone's accepted.
It's got a name, it's okay. Yeah,
it's Gunter the penguin. Everyone's accepted that. Yeah, Gunter the penguin. He's evil.
Oh, there was one of my friends was playing Fallout 76. Let's see who it was. Or some random guy I don't even know. I don't know why they're on my friends list, to be honest.
So you all set for the blue mage?
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Already?
It's not a real job.
No, yeah, but I thought there'd be quite a bit of stuff you'd need to do before you were like...
Why do you need to do anything?
Yeah, it's true.
It's a collectible job, really. It's not a real job. Because it's going to be so broken.
Yeah.
Hence why it comes out in 4.5, so that's the end of January.
They said when the expansion is, because they showed that, didn't they?
Start summer, so it'll be the same as always. It's the beginning of June.
Ain't too bad.
What
are you thinking on Anthem? Because they're not really saying a great deal about it. They showed off a thing for the new Dragon Age, didn't they?
Here's what's going to happen, Grim. I'm going to buy Anthem, and it's going to turn out to be like Destiny, and then I'm going to be so sad.
Well, originally Met was going to buy Anthem. I don't know if he still is or we still are. Like if he still wants to or not.
I know I'm going to buy it, and I know I'm going to get disappointed when it turns out to be mediocre.
Or to be an EA version of Anthem.
An Activision version of Destiny, I assume, then?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope it isn't. There's no PvP in it, so we haven't got that part to ruin the game.
No, there is.
Sorry, PvP. There's no PvP in it.
Well, there probably is.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
There's no PvP. PvP in Destiny has kind of ruined it because it fucks the balance of all the weapons.
Yeah.
Why they can't have them both as two separate things, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm trying to, I'm struggling on Dragon Quest, because you can choose what you want your character to be like what you want him to use, and you can use either sword and shield, or swords, or great swords, and I really like great swords because they're cool. But you're so much weaker using them than using sword and shield that it's like, I was saying, I met like loads of people, literally all you ever see when they're higher level is sword and shield. Some of the best moves in the game are sword and shield, and it's like, oh.
That was hardcore.
Sword and shield is the almighty paladin.
Yeah. It's a good game though, it's really fun. Like, it's really cool. I got it quite cheap as well. I got Adventure Time for like 15 quid, and then I got Dragon Quest for like 15 quid. So, but I got rid of Battlefield, so yeah, I was struggling to play it, and then I was struggling to play it, and then I was chatting to someone. I was chatting to my mate who I was playing it with, and he was like, we started playing it, and then he had this weird bug where it just froze, and like, so he had to end his stream, and so he ended his stream, and after that he was just like, oh, I'm gonna go on Farm Sim, and I was like, alright. And then
fucking farming simulator.
Yeah, he loves that game. I mean, he's been on Twitch like less than a month, and he's already got his affiliate thing. Yeah, and it's like, no,
it's hard to get.
It is and it isn't. You know, all you need to do is, in a month you need to have 7 different streams. So like, stream the same game 7 days. It's fine. You need to have 50 followers, and you need to have 30 hours of streams within a month. And then the other one, the harder one that I struggle with and still do, is you need the 3 concurrent viewers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently getting partnership is pretty hard as well.
Yeah, you need 75 concurrent viewers, and raids and hosts don't count, but they do for affiliate. But that's the thing, is my mate's doing that, and he's already got it, and it's higher. I never get close. Never get close.
Because I was watching some stream. I think I was on someone else's stream, got hosted into hers. But she was playing Final Fantasy 14. I never really heard of it. But my God, she had this really infectious personality. And she could just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, just non-stop. I was like, wow. It's like, are you like on drugs to keep this up?
Probably. Crap.
But she'd only been streaming for how long? I think full time a year, and now she just got made partner.
Oh.
I was watching her stream as it happened. All these like Twitch people sort of joining her stream. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've been doing it where I have the I've been doing it where I have what's it called? Normally I use her laptop, but she's using it because then that gives me one view and I don't have to have the black bar.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had quite a few. Like when I streamed Dragon Quest the other day, I had like 16 at one point. I was like literally nigh on ready to have a heart attack. I was like buzzing off my tits, and I got like 2 followers, and there were a couple of people chatting. But yeah, I can never get the free concurrent, and it's so frustrating because it's like if I can get it, then sweet, you know. I mean, I could get it if I wanted it badly enough. I could cheese it, but I don't want to cheese it. Yeah, because it's not going to do anything. That's the thing. All affiliate does.
It gives you a subscribe button, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives you a subscribe button and means that you can then get bits. That's it.
If you've got no one viewing anyway, it's kind of pointless.
No, exactly. The same. Exactly the principle, innit? Yeah. Damn. Get my arse handed to me.
Guys, I got them.
Yeah. Exactly. You got no one watching you, it's irrelevant. Yeah. Where's Matt gone anyway? Can't hear him.
He died.
What are you playing now anyway?
Some Final Fantasy.
Why are you not doing Assassin's Creed? I got rid of it because I got as far as the bit I said to you about, and I couldn't get past it. I got to the bit like after you do a bunch and you meet your mum, and then you have to choose what you do with that guy, and then it basically just says, right, now go out into the world and do whatever you want to do. And the problem I had is I got to that bit and I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
It's boring, is the problem I had.
Yeah, it does get very samey.
Yep. I'm not gonna get the next one, and I'm not gonna get.
Probably not.
Huh?
I won't probably either.
I'm not gonna get the next Assassin's Creed, although that's not next year, the year after. So that'll be PS5 or Xbox 2 or. I don't even know what one I'm getting yet. I've paid off my debt I had, so I'm just gonna put my money towards it and just buy whichever one. It'll just literally be whatever one me and Matt agree on. It'll either be Sony or Microsoft. I've got neither to either. You know, I've got no allegiance to either. Yeah. There's no real exclusives. There's more on the Xbox that I would like though. Like Halo would be fun to play with everyone because we could play the PvP.
PS5. I already know that already, so.
Yeah.
That's really frustrating Halo anymore. It's not been good since Bungie made it. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yep. But yeah, I don't know.
max my... I did.
But yeah, I know. I mean, there's quite a few games still coming out. I mean, there's Mutant Year Zero that came out the other day. That looks alright. It's a turn-based, sort of like XCOM, but like a lower budget version. They don't look too bad, but yeah, I mean, in January there's a loadout next year. Absolutely loads next year. I mean, there's what? I mean, for me myself, I want to get the Tales of Vesperia, because that does look good. It's the definitive edition, so it's the remastered one, and that's out like January 11th. I definitely want to get the Grand Tour video game, definite. Yeah, made by Amazon. Yeah, be amazing. But Onimusha, they're re-releasing the original. I don't care about that. Air Combat, Sword Art stuff again. But yeah, then there's Resident Evil on the 25th. Kingdom Hearts. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I know people absolutely adore it, and it's just meh. And then February you got God Eater 3, which is basically Bandai's version of Monster Hunter. So maybe not. Oh, Far Cry New Dawn is what the new Far Cry is. That's on February 15th. So, yep. And then Anthem is the 22nd. Lego Movie. Bet. And then March is the bigger month next year, because March has got Left Alive, which is by Square Enix. It's like a mech game, but it don't look that bad. Devil May Cry 5. I might get that because it does look good, but I've never really played Devil May Cry. I kind of think I should play one of the others, but I don't know. I probably won't.
Played one in a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll probably just wait for Devil May Cry 5. A One Piece game. I ain't watched that anime in forever. Division 2, Sekiro. That's all in March, so there's still quite a lot in March. But yeah. I know. It's weird. I don't know where I'm going. There it is. I didn't even know you were gone.
Jam?
Well, we were randomly chatting, you weren't answering, so we were just like,
We didn't really care, I think that was what he was trying to say.
Pretty much. But just saying there's quite a lot of games out in March and everything next year.
Check it out. There's BMO. We're coming, BMO.
You'll get to be disappointed with Anthem.
I was saying I'm not sure what you're thinking on Anthem or not.
I'm thinking of getting it. It's like 3 months to it's out, isn't it? I'm not going to take any speculation as gospel at this point.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. Like, Pig was saying that he's gonna get it as well, but then he was saying that it'll be like Destiny.
EA's Destiny, and I'm like, oh. I hope it isn't. Right. I really hope.
I don't really think it will be, to be honest.
Well, you said it doesn't have.
I mean, the whole fun of it is that it's a big old mech game. So it's not quite the same sort of thing.
Well, there's no PvP, which means they can balance it better for PvE.
Yeah.
So if someone's overpowered, no one can hear. If someone's OP, who cares? It's PvE.
Yeah, it's just that's the overpowered strat. Like,
yeah.
Same as anything, there's always the optimal strat for everything. So you don't care.
It's like, that's overpowered in PvP. We'll nerf it in PvE as well. I'm like, why?
Yeah. We'll nerf it for PvE.
Separate things.
Yeah.
Why did you think you could have it be the same?
It's ridiculous.
How does this thing work?
Plus, I think, like, just from what I've seen, you've already got, like, characters and stuff chatting and actually having fake personalities, so I'm already more inclined to believe that it's going to have something that is recognisable as a story in it, so quite happy with that, instead of, we used to tell stories, but now we don't.
Yes.
And I don't have time to tell you why I don't have time to tell you why I don't have time to tell you that I don't have time to tell you what's going on in this game.
Oh god,
Read the wiki.
I've got no time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You've unlocked the latest wiki entry on this enemy. Good. Great. I assume the special edition just comes with an actual encyclopedia.
Yeah. I've got my new relic from Stormblood.
Ooh.
Finally caught up on my relic, my shiny relic for Red Mage.
Huh.
Oh,
I pressed the wrong button and I now know that you can kick people while you're on your horse.
Oh, wait on there. Oh, don't do that. I'm getting outsmarted by the most simplest puzzle. No, wrong.
Well, that's nothing, you get outsmarted by simple puzzles,
Get fucking even worse if I play Hollow Knight. Fuck me, I get outsmarted by the fucking game, let alone the bloody puzzles. The game don't even have puzzles. Puzzle is, how do you do a jump where every time you're not in the exact spot you get reset? It's like you got to do 9 jumps in a row perfectly, and if you do any single one of them wrong, it's just reset. It's like, oh, come on.
So when you come back to Final Fantasy 14, mate, you've only got an entire expansion to catch up on.
And the rest.
You've probably got a lot of Heaven's War to catch up on as well. You get to be an edgelord, it's all about being edgy now. Warrior of Dankness.
There isn't even anything that great out of the classes they're shown. Yeah.
Well, Blue Mage isn't a real class.
Yeah, fuck Blue Mage. I can't give a fuck about that.
It's more of a collector's job.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, Blue Mage sucks ass. So then that leaves you with what are the ones they've shown?
Don't show any.
I thought you said they showed them on the trailer. They released the trailer for it.
They said there's a hint on the trailer, and Thancred's got a gunblade, so everyone's expecting that's going to be a tank gunblade, or whatever they call it. Really? Yeah. But I'm like, wow, another tank that's got a bladed weapon. That's a sword.
I mean, how do you? So what? It's just a warrior with a greatsword instead of a.
It's just a Dark Knight with a. It's just a Dark Knight with
So what you're saying is it's a paladin without a shield.
Yeah. So. But that's
and
enough.
also it has some ranged attack, I guess.
Well,
Maybe a ranged attack. Actually attack people
range
from...
tank. It wouldn't work. It's just the concept of range tank just does not work.
Oh yeah, but I just mean like you can have a tank that can attack at, like his attacks work at range as well, sort of thing.
It'll work like the way
not like
Squall did it, essentially, where you use it at close range.
Mm.
Oh man, Jake.
But you can't really have... I don't really understand how you could have that in a tank. Like, why do people think that's going to be a tank?
Well, because it was 2 DPS last expansion, there's no tank or healer.
Yeah. That doesn't mean they got any smarter, does it?
Actually, when it comes out as the DPS, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Everyone was pretty surprised when it was 2 DPS, frankly.
Yeah, so everyone's expecting this time it's tank and healer's turn. Doesn't mean it will be.
But the problem is, it's real difficult to balance the 3 healers and tanks they already have.
They can't even balance anything, to be honest. Just
Well, yeah, also that. but you know what I mean, like, they already struggle to balance, like, yeah, but they already struggle to, like, keep the 3 of those balanced. I'm kind of inclined to think that
well, that's not true. Warrior has always been the best, and will always be the best.
I thought Dark Knight was... I don't know, Dark Knight's always been the best off-tank, ever since it came out.
Oh, it's not. At the moment, it's Paladin Warrior. That's the meta. Because Dark Knight is boring. Well, there's nothing wrong with Dark Knight, it's fine, it's just boring.
Yeah.
They took everything fun about it from Heaven's Ward and made it boring.
Okay.
So
it's more the thing of, like, you got no real interest in... like, in it.
This, the idea is, they reckon the gun... Well, they reckon the gunblade will be some sort of tank, and there'll probably be a dancer, which will be a healer. That's the prediction.
Right.
So they're both going to be DPS.
Well, like I say, given that they have the constant swinging back and forth between the Metron healers and tanks currently, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they just keep making DPS classes.
Yeah. Well, we've got Blue Mage, which I wanted that to have been a tank, Blue Mage. That would have made more sense. I wanted a magic tank.
That would be quite cool. Although even Dark Knight's sort of vaguely magic-y.
Paladin's probably the closest you've got as magic tank.
Oh really?
You can use Holy. You can use Holy.
That's true.
Well, a single target Holy. And Clemency, the heal.
Alright, go back to the bit where there's a single target version of Holy. That doesn't make sense. Holy's a bomb.
Has.
Come on.
Yeah, Paladin has Holy Spirit, which is a single target bomb. Like this, a fell cleave.
A single target bomb? Or a gun? That is not really cool.
So... But the story sounds going to be interesting. Why? We're no longer be fucking Hydeland's little patsy anymore.
No, Zodiac's patsy. Yeah.
Yeah. Zodiac's cool though. Does they reckon there's going to be some sort of time travel thing in it? I hope they don't. Because the trailer, if you've seen it, it suggests that trailer is taking place in the future. And we need to go, and that's why I predict's going to happen. We're going to see the future and go, shit, we need to change that in the present. So that's what it's probably going to be. It sounds like Hydeland wins. And her winning is not good. It turns out, apparently. But we'll find out in 4.5.
Just picked up a random person.
I wonder whose turn it is to die then in the main cast.
Gotta be Minfilia.
She's technically dead? Or isn't dead?
She's missing. She's gone.
Is it like the fucking Lotus? Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly
basically,
what
yeah.
Yeah. She's merged with Hydeland, or she's Hydeland's voice, or something. No one knows. People suspect the kid from the trailer, the little girl, is Minfilia, sort of been reborn.
That's good.
That's why Fancred's protecting her. Well, you still can't die. She's not allowed to, because she's like the. She's like the sort of the face of it, isn't she? She's in one of the other games, isn't she? What's the fighting game? The Final Fantasy fighting game, or
what? A load of a minute.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, she's in that. I don't think Elise can die. Although she could, I suppose.
I suppose any of them can, really.
Well, that means, yeah, one of them has died, Mess, and you won't even know who it is, do you?
No.
Wonder what that's for.
One of them died. Going into, was it at the end of Heaven's Ward? With a Scion down. Who could it have been? Do you even care?
Nope.
I was trying to remember any of their names, if I'm honest. All I can remember is Papalimo, who's already vanished.
He's dead.
I got this.
He got blown up by Sloppy, didn't
He got technically absorbed by Shinryu.
Cool.
he? Oh, okay.
And since that storyline's been sewn up and he's not reappeared, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, so people suspect that he was maybe going to be inside, like he was going to be like the Louis Soir of that sort of Shinryu sort of thing. No, he
And then he wasn't there. Oh, okay.
the Omega storyline's been wrapped up, the Shinryu storyline's been wrapped up, and he's gone. He's dead.
He did.
He's dead. Poor little potato. Is that as far as you got, Mr. Sloppy? Was that as...
Yeah, I think so. What happened after? Yeah, I think because I came back for a bit and Sloppy was like the latest thing.
Yeah, Sloppy.
Although I think I was already. I think that was already late in. Actually, I don't think that was that new when I did it. I had to get people to help me to do it because it was like not being run very much of that already.
Well, that means you were pretty much up to Stormblood then.
Yeah, I think I was pretty much. Alright, yeah, I thought I was pretty much up to Stormblood, and then I think there were another one or two.
Yeah, I think you watched. Yeah, did you see the fight between Omega and Shinryu?
No, I didn't see Shinryu.
Yeah, that was the last. Yeah, that's the part then you missed. The very last part of it.
No.
Gold Omega. Well, that means you missed. You never got to meet Lise, did you?
No.
Well, you did, but it was one of the dumbest reveals ever in the history of anything. To be honest.
Really?
I still don't know why they did it. I don't see the point of it unless something's going to happen later down the line. Oh, just turned out what's her name? What's her face? Who's Papalino's? The one who goes with Papalino. Yida. She finally takes off her mask.
Oh, right.
Turns out her real name's Lise, and Yida was actually her sister, and she was just pretending to be her.
What?
But here's the problem.
Wait, so she actually died at the end of Realm Reborn, and her sister just turns up and takes over from there?
No, Yida never died. No, Yida died apparently long ago.
Oh, before we ever met her.
Yeah, before we ever met her.
Oh, okay.
This is why it was like, and?
So it makes no difference, like...
No, it makes absolutely no difference.
So clearly what they should have done is what I just suggested, because that's at least an interesting way to do it. You say, she actually died in that fight scene, the last thing you see. And then you could have, oh, but I liked her, and then that's why she was a bit different, a bit more awkward afterwards. And it's like, no, she's just a different person all along.
So she was just pretending to be a sister. And
you think you wanted, but you... Wait, so did Papalino know?
Yeah, he was in on it. He helped her do it.
So who does this affect? This doesn't affect anyone, as far as I can see.
Everyone knew, apparently, apart from us. But it was like, but since we didn't know who Yida was, it doesn't matter.
No. And wait, so did all the others know who?
Yeah, yes, they did.
Who did they all know Ida though before she got taken over?
They all know she's dead and that Lise was pretending.
But they all knew Ida before she died.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So why was who was she pretending to be Ida for?
I don't know.
For us, the people who didn't know her sister, or that she had a sister.
Well, the idea was everyone believed. No one knows. Basically, if you'd have been a person we had known, then it would have made sense. But we didn't know it, so it doesn't matter.
Or at least if it had been like, you know, she'd been lying to Papalima all this time or something. You know, at least then you'd be interested in that whole relationship or that whole arc. Yeah. But
it's like she takes off her mask and it's just this blonde girl, and you're like, and.
So that's what you look like. But I'm not who you think I am. You're not? I'm not Ida. Oh my god, you're not Ida. I'm this person. So I'm Ida. You never met her. Oh.
So I've always been this person.
So you are Ida, as far as I'm concerned, because
it'll have a payoff if Ida turns out to be alive.
Which she must do then, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. But even then, it still doesn't make sense. Because what's going to happen? You're going to turn up and go, why are you calling her Ida? I'm Ida. And you'll go, oh, alright.
Dead.
No, she's now Lise now. She's actually going by her real name.
Oh, she's going by Lise. So wait, that still will have no payoff?
No. No, the only payoff it has is if Yida's still alive, and it turns out she was a traitor or something like that. Because the theory was she died trying to rescue people from Garlemald.
Right.
Although there was another theory that maybe she wasn't rescuing anyone, she was actually turning people in, like she was working for Garlemald sort of thing. She was a spy.
Okay.
And that's the idea why they kept it going. They knew it was Lise, but they kept it going because they didn't like the idea of people thinking that someone was a spy or something like that. And they could have some payoff if it turns out she's alive and she was a traitor. Or something like that.
Then what, a bunch of people try and kill Elise because they think she's Ida. But she's going by Elise now, so it still doesn't make sense. I do not understand.
There has to be a payoff for this somewhere, and there just doesn't appear to be one.
It'll be something utterly unrelated, or I just don't get it. Why? So why has she revealed herself to us at this point?
Or because Papalino died, and therefore, because she had a tattoo on it. Apparently you can't draw tattoos on people. All the science of that purple tattoo, and Papalino used his magic to make her have one.
Why didn't he just get her a tattoo artist?
I don't know. And the fact is, when Papalino died...
And we don't have a tattoo.
It faded away. And she just realised what was the point anymore.
What was the point ever, as far as I can see? Frankly.
Yeah. No one knows. It's like they had an idea for it, and then they just canned it.
I mean, if this occurred in A Realm Reborn, then okay, it's, you know, oh, someone's not, you know, it raises some questions, but happening, what, 4 years down the line? I've known you for this long. Oh, I'm not who you think I am, except I am.
All the Scions knew it was Lise all along, straight off the bat, but they just played along with it.
I just don't understand. Like, at some point when you save the entire planet, you know, 3 or 4 times, they might just sort of mention, oh, by the way, this is, you know, this is kind of the group secret that you should probably be in on, seeing as you're literally the best.
Oh yeah. And we were. Everyone else. I kind of thought that there's like this joke everyone knew that I didn't know. I was like, really? Someone could have just told me this, you know?
Yeah. A, why didn't you tell me? And B, why should I care?
Yeah. Well, they obviously needed like a figure for Stormblood, like someone as a new sort of person for Stormblood. So they just recycled an old one.
Right.
Bad looks of it. Now, like I say, if Yida turned around to be alive and she had been a traitor, then I could understand the Scions wanting to keep it. Like, yeah, let's just pretend she still is. You know, we'll go along with it.
But then why would you want her to pretend to be a traitor?
No. Well, the idea if Yida turned out to be a traitor and then was thus killed off, you don't really want that going around, do you? So it's like, well, if we just let her pretend, then no one will ever know, and we can just brush it under the carpet.
But once she's dead, does it matter if people find out she was a traitor?
But no, Yeah, but no one know her body was never found, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did not. Then, so what they're doing there is protecting a traitor if she's alive.
Yes. Well, that's what I could.
So that makes no sense either. Why would the Scions be protecting a traitor just because they like her sister?
She went off on a secret mission to rescue some people from Alamigo, which is obviously under Garlemald's rule. And she was supposed to have been killed in that mission, but no one found the body. But the idea if she had been a traitor and she was killed, that maybe they thought, you know, we can't have people going around thinking this traitor had been like a mole that was in us, so let's just let her pretend and we'll just go along with it. And no one will ever know.
But if they think she's dead, traitor or not, she's gone, and she, as far as they know, she died saving people.
She just went to least, like, come on, we know you're not her, so let's stop pretending, otherwise, come on, go.
I do not understand at all why anybody thinks this is a good idea. Like,
yeah, it was just, there's no payoff from it. That's the problem. It's just like, what's the point? She could have just took off her mask and just been upset that Papalymo has died and wanted, you know, there's no payoff here unless they're waiting for something in the future.
Yeah, but I just cannot think of any way it would make sense at all for her to pretend to be her sister.
Yeah.
Given that she's not pretending to anyone she knows, she's only pretending that to people who don't know her or her sister.
Yeah. Well, she was basically the other Scions were pretending they didn't know when they did.
Oh, did she not know that they knew?
Yeah, they didn't know that. She didn't know that they didn't know.
Right. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
They all knew it wasn't really either because you know you can't quite frankly pretend to be someone else. It doesn't work like that.
Well, no,
but they all,
because at some point you know them pretty well.
Yeah, they all just played along with it for reasons. It's never explained.
No, they all played along with it for no reason. Clearly,
yeah.
That again makes no sense.
And
if literally every one of them knew, at some point you would clock that all of us know this.
And the fact no one told me, you're like, what? Assholes. But
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit weird one.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it?
It sounds like someone changed their mind via, and they just kind of got caught in a loop and went, "Oh, we'll just go with this."
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of the things no, it just doesn't work, does it? Like
it's a bit like when, oh no, Papalymo's going to sacrifice himself so this primal can't be born, and I'm like, yeah, Papalymo, just stand back. I'll take care of this. I've killed plenty.
I was going to say that. I mean, that was a pretty dumb thing to do anyway. Because I mean,
oh no,
I appreciate it's a really good idea. However, I've killed lots of these things without sacrificing anyone. So I've killed 30 or 40 of these, and only one person who we cared about has actually died. So
yeah. You just all stand back. I've got this. Don't worry. Just calm down. It's like, oh no, it took Nidhogg's power. I'm like, we killed Nidhogg as well.
We killed Nidhogg.
Yeah.
Remember that bit where we killed Nidhogg? And remember then he came back again, so we defeated him again, because he was even stronger now, but we beat him.
So all the eighth from his eyes should have been pretty weak anyway. It's just like, it sounds like there was a story that they had to just mash together. They must have changed their mind of what was going on here. Oh no, we'll use Omega to kill it. I'm like, oh cool, okay, then I'll just retire then. Good old Omega. Turns out Omega wasn't who everyone thought he was either. Little Omega came from a different planet. He was sent to hunt down Midgard-Zoma.
Yeah.
Because apparently there was a war, because Midgard-Zoma came from another star, which he left. And he fought Omega and beat him. He beat Omega.
We heard talk of non-pirates on the island.
Who Omega's supposed to be unbeatable, essentially. You know, he's supposed to be the ultimate machine. He was beaten. So he pursued him across space and then crashed on Highland. Then the Elegans had got their filthy hands on him. just wanted to go home, complete his mission and go home. But he can't go home anymore. He's too damaged.
Embarrassing.
He's like, aww, poor Omega. I was like, you know, I was sitting there thinking, well, if you've got Omega, why can't we, you know, just befriend him and say, well, you know, can I retire and you just take care of all the primals since you're pretty damn good at it?
Yeah,
Because he kicks your knees ass. And also he kicked Bahamut's ass back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Omega storyline was a bit weak, to be honest. He essentially creates like a battle arena. That's all he's done.
I wonder how long they'll keep Final Fantasy going for.
11's still going.
Yeah. It's true.
I reckon there'll be at least after this expansion probably another 2. It all depends if they plan on doing another MMO or not.
It's kind of, but they won't do another one for a long time. It costs so much money to develop an MMO. Like the Final Fantasy 11 would have to shut down before they did another one.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 14 would have to shrink considerably, whereas they've just opened up a new data center.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's splitting out 1 and 1/2.
Yeah, they're not going to be making a new one for a long time. It's just not worth it. Like, you know,
no. Well,
like, oh, do we start an entire? Do we risk millions of dollars on a new game, or do we just keep spending, you know, several $1,000s every now and then developing new stuff for this game, which is constantly bringing in money? Like they, until 14 like really slows down and they start doing, you know, talking about super servers and stuff, they won't.
Well, they're adding a data center to America and Europe.
Yeah.
Well, they're not adding new servers. The problem they've got with it is just their architecture. Is they end up with too many people trying to do the same content at the same time. So that it's best if they just split it, the data center, so it's not doing that. Because like if I'm doing like the solo duties were a problem. So if I need to do a solo duty, everyone on my data center could be trying to do that solo duty, and it breaks the game. So the split that by adding a new data center, they kind of funnel that out of it to stop that happening. Although in EU they are adding 2 new servers as well. But the best thing ever was although I thought it was funny Zeke saying this, is they're splitting, at least Phoenix is getting split off from Moogle, and Moogle's the French server, you know, the dead sort of unofficial French one. So it was kind of funny. We were in Eureka, and like they wanted to spawn this boss to get an item off it. So we were in a group, and then Zeke goes, like, anyone fancy going here to spawn this boss? And the guy goes, why? He goes, to get this item. He goes, but I already have 50 of them. I'm like, good for you.
An MMO, and the idea is you work in the community.
It was like, it's like, it was just the way you went, why? I don't need it. Like,
well, that's how you never need anything then, shall we? That'd be a shame.
It's just like, I can't fucking wait till they split the data centers. It'd be like all my birthdays come true. This guy was from Moogle. It's like, fuck off. It's like, oh. Yeah, we won't be on Chaos anymore, it'll be Light.
Alright.
So the 2 most toxic servers, as people claim to be Moogle and Ragnarok, will stay on Chaos. Ragnarok was the one, was it Raw went to?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the super hardcore server.
Yeah.
Only the best of the best of the best, man.
Yep. Phoenix is moving to Light. But everyone's so happy that Moogle's not going to be on it. It's like, oh, thank God for that. No more joining a duty and going and getting bonjour. Salut.
Jesus, yeah.
Salut. Oh no. So there's people upset because of this data center thing. And we're like, oh, thank God for that. It's good. I can understand why some people are upset because it's only recently they gave us all these party finder things. So these cross server party finder within your data center.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're chopping this in half. It's like, oh. Well, with all my friends that I'm now told. So there's people at Statics which are now cross server, which is split up. Didn't matter in the past. We never had cross server stuff, did we? It was just only in Duty Finder it happened. But what you can do now is once they've done this, you can visit other worlds on your data center. Which I thought was quite a nice little addition.
Shit. Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
Duh.
Oh yeah, no, we finally got to get Ishgard housing as well.
Oh really? That's a bit fucking late, isn't it?
Just late in the day. Well, part of what we're going to be doing is like a side mission for crafters where you help rebuild Ishgard.
That's kind of cool.
Essentially.
Wait, so have I...
What else was new? What else are they doing? Not done anything interesting. Also, you heard about Blue Mage, didn't you?
I heard it's not a proper class and that it's...
Yeah,
I don't really understand what they're doing with it, it just sounds a bit weird.
Basically, it's coming out in 4.5 and its max level's only going to be 50 for now. It sounds like it'll never... Basically, it sounds like to me...
It'll always be trailing behind.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be one expansion behind. Because to make it a traditional Blue Raid, it's broken. The job itself is broken.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
And they wanted to keep it that way. That way, you're only ever doing old content with it, so it doesn't matter if you're breaking it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if some of it is unreasonably difficult for that class or unreasonably easy because of the way the skills balance out.
You can't use
so what is it
going to
be like a bit of a... Okay, so it's going to be like a bit of a everyman class, like you can do a bit of everything.
Yeah, I think so. You learn it. You learn all. It's got 48 skills, and you learn it from not getting hit by the enemies, but watching the enemies do their attack. But it's a bit RNG as well. It's like you don't always learn it, so that's gonna piss people off. So like one of them was Ifrit's Inferno attack, but so you mean so if everyone's like, oh, that means you have to do Ifrit to learn that. You have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't use Duty Finder. But you can use Party Finder with it. Like, you can go in as a pre-made party.
As long as you register it as a...
But you can't go in as Duty Finder. But the idea is it must have been a very quick job for them to do, because it's just using caster gear. It's already using the animations that, you know, the monsters use. It's all there. It's all in-game assets it's all using. And they don't have to worry about balance. And it's their way of putting jobs in the game that otherwise would never have been there. He said because they might do the same with like Puppet Master or Beast Master as well.
Okay.
Where you can get like other mobs to fight by your side, sort of thing.
That's kind of a cool way of doing it, actually. To have, because then you can have more interesting classes and keep them as interesting classes rather than having to constantly balance and rebalance everything. You know.
And it's going to have its own content as well, where it's like a monster arena. I think it's going to be a sort of thing where, depending on what skills you've learned, is how you fight these enemies. And you need to make sure it's like some enemies might need certain skills for you to kill them. it's more of like a collector's job, I'm guessing. But if it only took them like a couple of months to make, you know, it's not like taking them years and years and years. But I've got no real problem with it. As long as they're not taken away from traditional classes as well.
Mm.
They can just add a limited job every, like, you know, couple of patches. Then it's, why not?
Yeah.
If the choice is that and it never would have existed, then so be it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could balance it for future content. I'm guessing if they got creative, where you know they could, like, if you bring it into like new content, the skills are either nerfed or some of them you just can't use.
Yeah. Bit like PvP, where it's got the slightly different balancing.
Yeah. So they could do that if they wanted to, if they want to revisit it. Because apparently you can learn 40 odd skills, but you can only equip 20 odd of them. So. Yeah. The idea, they were worried if they tried to do this into a proper job, like you'd end up with like elitist attitude, like going into like a raid, someone saying, if you've not got X and Y skill, then fuck off, sort of thing. And you'd end up with this like really weird sort of like, you know, go out and learn all these skills until you get them. Or you can join my team. So the only other way they could have done it was like, you learn your skills via your job quests, and it would have been a bit boring. Go fight this Marlborough. Okay. Skill learned. Yay. Bad breath, that will work on nothing. Boss will just go, immune. You know what I mean? You use it on a boss and just go, immune.
Yeah, I suppose, but that was always the point of bad breath, actually, was that you used it on bosses and, you know, everything that it's not immune to, it gets hit by something. Even if that's only a few things. Even if it's
bosses in 14 are immune to everything, so...
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bit of an oversight there.
But it sounds like with Blue Maze that's not going to be the case.
It kind of can't be though, can it? Because that's
well, it's bad breath
how that works.
But because apparently they use level 5 death as a overpowered ability. Like if they put that in, it's like, oh yeah, kill everything. Like they'd like to put that in there, just as an ability, but they obviously can't have that as an endgame thing. That'd be ridiculous. Because every boss in the game is divisible by 5.
I mean, they could just make all the bosses level 99.
Yeah.
And then not put in, you know, level 3 death, which is obviously what you
or they could just say you can't use this in content. It's just it's a joke thing to use on mobs. That's all. It's just like, there's ways they could get around it, I'm guessing, but if the choice is it never would have existed, then so be it. So, and if it doesn't take away from traditional jobs being added, then who cares?
Yeah.
It's just a collectibles job, you know. It gives you something else to do in game, or just something to, I'm bored today, I know I'll just go and learn some remade skills. Means you'll see a lot of blue mages wandering around the older Realm Reborn areas.
Yeah.
So it's going to be level 50 in 4.5. I suspect it'll go up to 60 once the expansion comes out. And maybe some point in the future it'll probably go up to 70.
Yeah.
Could be interesting, just as a fun sort of job.
Yeah, it's certainly. It's just, it's a nice way to have those classes that obviously you just can't balance for an MMO, those kind of classes, but that is a way that you can, actually.
I will get these apples, and I need like 3 of them, but I have to use Master
solo Pals for Dead doable.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, having something that's got all those different.
So far, the only people who have ever soloed Pals for Dead to floor 200 are a handful of red mages.
Oh really?
That's it. No one else has been able to do it.
Mm.
And you probably got to have RNG on your side as well.
Mm.
Oh, you've got to play with Red Mage, did you?
No.
Quite a cool job, actually. They incorporate it well. So half its skills are sort of like, you've got Aero and Stone and Holy. And then obviously it's got the other half, like, which is Black Mage, Thunder, Fire, and Flare.
Okay, okay, cool.
It's also got obviously some white magic. You've got Cure and Raise as well. It's mostly used for its ability to raise people. It's the best resin in the game, basically.
Right, because it doesn't destroy your healer's fucking.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's because essentially the job works by your first attack has a cast time, and your second attack doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It works like that sort of thing. When you do a spell, you get a buff which makes your next spell insta-cast.
Okay.
So you can basically just res people instantly. Costs a lot of MP though. It's not recommended, but
yeah. Well, resing in general is bad.
So that's why it generally falls to the red mage to do reses rather than the healer, unless the healer's got swift cast.
Used to be the summoner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you need.
If the healer hasn't got swift cast, then the red mage does it. Well, the red mage has swift cast as well, so you can basically do 2 insta reses in a go.
Okay.
That's what makes it quite
useful.
useful.
If you've got a summoner as well.
Yeah. But kind of competes with the summoner slot, so as the range DPS. Should level summoner really. The fact you can summon Bahamut to fight is cool. Looks really cool as well. Just giant Bahamut gets summoned and starts attacking. Kind of wish they'd just remove Eggies from it, to be honest. Just get rid of them. Just make them part of your attack, essentially. Like you summon them as their attack. Like your spells can summon, like Garuda, for example. You know, just. So they're not actual real things; they're just there.
Yeah, they just come out forced. It's kind of a weird system. It's just like the Titan AE is just pointless. It's purely for solo content, and even then, it's barely worth it.
Yeah, so just remove them. Just have it do when you're doing your attacks. They're just there. They appear as you do attacks.
Yeah.
It's hard to balance a job because, like, if your Garuda dies, it's like, oh, they do some of my DPS now.
Yeah, until you can get it back out, it's suddenly like, right, well, this is now fucking.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance, I think. No other job has to suffer that.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage extra, isn't it? And it used to be that made it pretty bloody powerful, but now it just feels like there are just so many other strong classes.
Yeah. Apparently some are still strong though, it's a very powerful class, it's still worth. Red Mage apparently was the progression class because you had all those abilities to res people. But when you came to like farming, you wanted a Black Mage probably because they were the highest DPS of them all.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Black Mage is. I think Black Mage is currently the highest solo DPS, I think.
Oh, really?
That and Samurai, probably. But they're greedy, they're selfish, they have no utility.
Oh, wow, that's...
There's no... You have literally none. Yeah. Well, Monk has some utility now.
Didn't it? When I was playing it, had like one ability.
Yeah, it had Mantra. That was it.
Oh yeah, it had Mantra, didn't it?
They still have got...
Didn't have one thing where...
Do they still have Mantra? I can't remember. But now they have Brotherhood, which increases other people's DPS. Dragoon and Bard are still meta.
Alright.
Bard right now is quite a lot more fun to play. No, it's not.
Yeah.
There's no cast times in the bloody thing.
No, it's not just a fucking...
It's just a fucking
bow mage.
Yeah. Your songs actually... You actually play songs which have a rotation in them and stuff. It's a lot more interesting to play.